Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Shenandoah University Esports Arena in beautiful Winchester, Virginia. This is week 2 of competition here for our esports squads. We got a good one here tonight against St. Cloud State University. I'm Ben Kincaid, joined by Chris Clayton. How are you feeling here today?
I'm great. I'm excited to watch this team try to bounce back. Both of these teams try to bounce back and make a statement for themselves and try to fix the trajectory of their season.
Yeah, both of these squads started 0-1 here on the season. As we take a quick look at what these two teams look like this year. Zeros, a lot of them. Ones where you don't want them, and a 3 where you also do not want that after week 1 of gameplay. So both of these schools definitely looking to bounce back after a rocky start.
Yeah, we saw Shenandoah go up against one of the top teams in their group, and we also saw that last season they had a tough break in their group as well. So I'm not sure what St. Cloud's opponent was last week, but either way, the result's the same. Both of these teams struggling to get on to the right foot. Oh, excuse me, Albright, their opponent last week. So both of these teams, yeah, just looking to get in the win column and try to make a statement for where their team is headed.
Yeah, Albright is definitely one of the top teams here in this conference as well, along with Conestoga, who we got 0-3'd by last week here as we take a peek at what this standings look like. Yeah, Albright is one of the 3 SSL teams, along with Conestoga as well, being 3 SSLs on that squad as well. But we can see kind of who picked up wins, who picked up some losses there. Kaiser and JMU, the other 2 squads to pick up wins, along with Ferris State, St. Cloud, and FIU dropping the ball alongside SU here, going 0-1 to start the group. But it's only week 1. There's some growing pains to go through for all of these teams.
Yeah, week 1, you can argue that, you can get through it with a loss and still be all right. But starting the season 0-2 is a different story, especially when you have an opportunity like this against another team that dropped their week 1 matchup, right? These are the games that matter the most to sort of separate yourself from the rest of the pack. So big opportunity from both of these teams. I'm expecting big things. But looking back at last week, there's a couple things I want to see from this Shenandoah team, right? It's, they dropped those games against Conestoga. But in those games, there were little things that we saw some disconnect from the guys that I'm hoping there's been enough time to sort of build that rapport back up and get back on their feet.
Yeah, no, it definitely seemed like they were just playing a little bit slower than the opposition, right? The rotations weren't there quite as quickly as we know this team can be. I mean, some of the communication on the offensive side seemed a little disconnected as well. The passing angles, the passing plays were not necessarily open to be used from the SU offense last week. So trying to look to bounce back as we take a look kind of through what the opponents look like here tonight, with St. Cloud State being first up. We have Power, Spooks, and the Weatherman up this week here for St. Cloud.
I'm keeping my eye on the Weatherman. I mean, how can I not? I'm looking to bring the thunder here today.
There you go.
Make a statement. Yeah, I mean, a strong roster here. Not as strong as what we saw last week, but yeah, I mean, certainly going to be, like I said, looking to make a statement just as much as we are.
Right, yeah, for sure. And now looking over on the SU side of things, it's the tried and true trio that we are so used to. Kiazi, Mango, and Pagani going to be in the driver's seat here against St. Cloud. SSL for Mango there, and GC2s on both Pagani and Kiazi. So a very, very strong team paired up against the St. Cloud. Power is GC2, Spooks is Champ 3, and then the Weatherman is a D2 player there as well. So definitely, on paper, it looks like SU should be able to run away with this one, but you never know. In team settings, sometimes ranks don't really mean a whole lot.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a slippery slope that you can fall into getting caught up on ranks, because scrims are not indicative of your rank, right? This is something that I've learned through my 4 years here at Shenandoah, right? Teams can consistently outperform their ranks sometimes. Sometimes they fall very short of their ranks, depending on what's wrong with their teams. So I don't love to get too hung up with numbers, but as I say that, I do agree. This does look pretty lopsided. But again, motivations are there nonetheless. So, right, both of these teams, I've said it already, have a big moment ahead of them and don't need any more motivation to stay up above 0-2.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be like kind of those week 2. We had some things to work on in week 1. Wasn't great for either side, either team here in week 1. So it should be doable for, frankly, either one of these teams, right? They both are fighting for their first win. They have a plan with a little bit of a chip on their shoulder, just trying to punch through to kind of that middle standing part of the group, or possibly tie people up in first, right? If some big school like Conestoga or Albright drops this game this week, being able to tie that one up and get some game-tying kind of plays if they take more maps or whatever it may be here today. So we'll have to see what school comes out on top, but it is going to be a close one.
Right, yeah. You and I hear this all the time coming from traditional sports. So, right, you never know how your team is going to do week 1, but now that's behind you, and you've had an opportunity to look back at it, learn from it, apply what you've learned from it to your game now, and now's your opportunity to showcase that. So, again, big moment on the line here, but I'm excited to see what our team has to display today, because historically this team does tend to improve quite a bit over the course of the year.
Yeah, and I know last week there was some technical issues with Mango's PC in particular, so he wasn't able to sit next to his teammates. He had to swap around in the arena. So sometimes just being in the vicinity of teammates makes it a whole lot nicer when you get to turn and fist bump very easily. You don't have to turn around and reach up on the arena, right? So we'll have to see how that plays out. But speaking of Mango, we have Avery standing by with him for an interview. Guys, take it away.
Thank you guys in the back. Chris and Ben always doing a fantastic job. Welcome to the Shenandoah Esports Arena. My name is Avery, and joining me is none other than Mango to bring us some words for the action that you're about to see tonight. The Shenandoah Rocket League team, how have they been feeling over the past 2 weeks?
We felt pretty good. Got that first week loss due to some unforeseen circumstances, right? Had some PC issues, but that's nothing to blame it on. Looking to bounce back this week, looking to, get the ball moving, get the passes flowing, get the comms up, get the vibes up. So that's about it.
That's what we love to hear, Griff. And I want to ask you, with that week 1 loss, how does that affect the team's mentality going into the rest of the season? Because you guys are known for doing a lot of really great improvements, and going against a really tough team at the beginning, it can mean a multitude of things. It can mean that it gets your team really locked in for the sister. It can mean that it can be a bit discouraging at times. As the captain, it's up to you to kind of manage those emotions. How does that look like for you?
I mean, it's really not that hard because, we looked at the opponent that we were facing. And we were like, okay, this is definitely, one of the top 2, top 3 teams in our entire bracket. So, going into that, we were like, all right, if we lose, it's whatever. What can we take away from this experience? Luckily, we kept the games pretty close. I felt like they weren't, extreme blowouts or runaways. So, moving forward, I think as the captain, I want to just keep everyone's comms up, keep everyone's vibes. I think that's the biggest thing because, if the team is in a good mood, we're playing good. So, that's the biggest thing.
Yeah, the mood is always a big factor for you guys. It seemed like as that last week's set was moving on, you guys did really improve the game as time went on, so it's great to see those improvements. Does that increase your confidence even more going into today's matchup, or is there anything further you want to say about specifically tonight's match that you're excited for?
I wouldn't say there's anything in particular. We're just looking to bounce back and, have a good game, put on a good show for everybody. So that's about it.
That's what we like to hear, Mango, so thank you so much. I hope you guys have enjoyed the interview. We got a lot of Rocket League action coming up. You're not going to want to miss any of it. Be sure to watch out for Griffin and Mango because he's about to score a lot of goals. I have a sneaking suspicion of that. Back to you guys in the back.
A lot of goals on the board. So we'll have to see kind of how that develops. But it's nice to hear that Mango, they're just looking for a bounce back. They're not trying to do anything crazy. Calm, cool, collected Rocket League. Not trying to do anything flashy. No clip farming here from the squad. Just looking for a clean game of Rocket League.
Yeah, we'll see. I hate to be that guy. Yeah, we'll see how it plays out. But truly, I did like what I heard. What I've been talking about so far in this pregame, a lot about mental, a lot about this moment. I liked hearing Mango say that, knowing where your feet are, right? Knowing where this team stands going into last week, knowing that team was incredible. And they were very strong on all sides of the ball. And while you play to win every game, that's certainly not what I'm implying that, they... You know what I mean?
Yeah,
you play to win, and they absolutely played to win. But knowing where your feet are, I like hearing that the team was ready for it, that they did learn from that game, and are now looking to apply what they learned, like I said earlier.
Yeah, I mean, they go through VODs, right? They look back at the previous week and try to pinpoint things to improve on. One thing that I noticed is that the defense in last week's series improved greatly as the series went on in those 3 games. It's something that was kind of dropped in that first game, kind of led up, I believe it was a 6-2 win for Conestoga in that first game, but being able to then hold them to 2-1s back-to-back in those next 2 games was huge, right, for the confidence not only in each other, but also in that, hey, this game plan does work. We just have to work on a little minor interactions on the offensive side.
Yeah, and you and I know that mental is a big deal for this team. I mean, they very much ride the vibes of the situation. So even in a losing situation, being able to take things away from the game, to be able to isolate certain aspects of the game and improve on them, I think goes a long way. And so as we take our last look at the players before eventually getting into game here soon, Yeah, it's exciting that they maintained high spirits, that they improved over the course of the series, let alone, of course, of the year, right? I said it earlier that this team historically tends to improve quite a bit. But even, you're right, the fact that we saw that over the course of a 3-game series, I think is very encouraging for where this team is headed.
Yeah, I mean, they're capable of mid-series fixes, and that is huge in
Halftime
a game like exactly the halftime adjustments. And in a game like Rocket League, with how fast this game moves, being able to pinpoint things that possibly didn't go right in Game 1 or Game 2 and improve them right off the bat in a Game 3 is very, very valuable in a game like this, because you really don't have a whole lot of time to be seeing the improvements with just a 5-minute clock. So we will have to see how this series goes. But as we go through the fly-in, it looks like we are getting ready to kick off. And it looks like we are, as Kiazi is the one to pick it up off of that kickoff. And it's Blooper Duper instead of Weatherman in the game here for St. Cloud State as well. Power and Spooks will be there, but Blooper Duper, a mix-up here for the roster.
Yeah, so that could, I believe, still be Weatherman.
That is true.
I think their NACE names might not have to be their in-game names, so I hope this is Weatherman just for the sake of me rooting for Weatherman, but not sure. It doesn't matter. Mango looking to take a ball himself, pop it up in the air, can't quite get the pinch off the ground. Kiazi centers one off the top. Pagani with an angle, but not quite able to put that one in, so he bounced back to midfield. But so far, Shenandoah maintaining some pretty solid, aggressive pressure here to start this game.
Yeah, Blooper able to get back in time on the backflip. Kiazi did have an angle. We just did get word that is Weatherman. Blooper
Shout out Weatherman.
Is the Weatherman. He is here. His alter ego, perhaps this makes him play a whole lot better in game, but we'll just have to see how that one goes, as right now we remain scoreless here in game number 1.
Yep, Pagani with a look here, banging off the backboard. Is there any follow-up? Mango almost had it, but goes just a little short. Kiazi with a follow-up as well, but can't quite put it in. So St. Cloud State looking to get it out of their side of the field, but unable to do so very cleanly. And I have to mention a big thing I'm noticing as Mango pops one right over the top of the defense is SU is really choking out the boost management right now.
Yeah, and Pagani there, that's a pass play that we weren't really able to see there in that first week. They were able to find angles, maintain possession, and like you said, the boost starvation that they are getting out of these almost, I want to say, full court presses. All 3 members of SU are on this attacking side as Spooks is trying to get something done out of that corner. In the air goes Power, but aren't able to do anything with it right now. A triple commit coming through from St. Cloud State. Hopefully it works in their favor, but does not look like it will, as Mango is able to catch that one, carry it up in the air. Flip reset is there, goes for the fake, but Power does not fall for it.
Yeah, keep an eye on the corner boosts, because it really does seem like every time SU has the ball, they're doing a great job of never letting St. Cloud State get their own corners. I mean, watch Mango take this all the way into their corner and steal the boost. It's a little thing in the moment, but when you're doing it all game long, that really starts to add up as Kiazi takes one himself. That's not one we're used to seeing from him.
Kiazi does take that one up, finds that beautiful double tap right on Power's head there. Yeah, nothing that St. Cloud State can do in that position. I mean, Kiazi with a beautiful angle, beautiful double tap, and just over halfway, or just under halfway, rather, in this game number 1. SU finds themselves with a 2-0 lead.
Yeah, Kiazi tries to pop that one over Spooks, but well defended as Mango still all over it. Gets a nice 50 there, but no follow-up. Not a problem as St. Cloud State finally able to get it up over midfield with a nice little touch there from Spooks toward the net, but right into the hands of Pagani, and he's got a shot here to take it all the way. Oh, Mango with the final touch on that dish, but not quite enough to be served. So we bounce back to midfield and reset.
Mango back up in the air. The reset is there, but no boost to work with anymore. Now it's Spooks trying to get something going for the St. Cloud State side of things. Kiazi, however, is there to meet up Pagani with the ball, but gets demo. Spooks is there, but it was a pass all along. Mango with the bang, a heart in the camera as well. That's 2 now for the captain.
Yeah, this was textbook. I mean, a gorgeous pass upfield, led Mango perfectly, and the defense was never ready for it. Top, middle of the net, no chance, right behind the St. Cloud defender.
as we head into the final 2 minutes of game number 1. St. Cloud State finds themselves with a 0-3 deficit and not a whole lot of ball control to their name here in this first game. Kiazi, they are halfway able to meet that one. Pagani looks like they want to take over, and they will, passing that off towards Mango, who is back up in the air, does not have a reset to use, and Power recognizes that, getting up in the air, trying to interrupt any momentum on the offensive side for the Hornets.
Kiazi with a good look there, but Pagani just a little too eager. Cheats up a little under the ball, so they can't get much of a shot. There is a dangerous clear. Leads to a shot, but well off target. SU might have got away with one there, but now Kiazi safely in his own corner. Power gonna look to make that not so safe with a nice touch there up to Spooks, and finally St. Cloud strikes and gets on the board.
St. Cloud on the board. Power off of the backboard there. Pagani playing that near post, not able to get back in time with that off-angle shot in that lower left corner, means that St. Cloud State find their first goal of this series with a minute to go here, down 2. Mango now taking it back up in the air. The flip reset is there. Will use it. Oh my God! It was absolutely beautiful. Mango with a hat trick in game 1.
So much for not clip farming. Mango takes this one up, flip resets, and fakes him in the air. Watch it bounce so nicely off his car. And I mean, solo plays, it's the name of the game. You know you're going to see it anytime Mango's on the field. So, no disappointments here.
Yeah, that one goal from St. Cloud all of a sudden doesn't mean a whole lot, as Mango is able to answer back almost immediately. Pagani now the one up in the air, taking it high, but Power will be able to meet him halfway. Kiazi midfield trying to stop the momentum, but a good clear coming through from Spooks on target as well means Mango has to get back and find a save.
Yep, Kiazi gonna take that mid boost and go up. Pagani with a gross pre-jump, but Kiazi can't quite put the pass on him. So counterattack here with 20 seconds left in the game. Power looks for a shot there, can't quite get it, but the Spooks follow-up is on target, well defended, and now one more counterattack. No, Spooks with an interception. They might still get a counterattack as a lot of ping-ponging at midfield goes off right at the end of this game. 5 seconds left. Kiazi tries to take one up, but it looks like it won't matter. Clocks hit 0. Pagani takes it straight into the ground, and we are going to move to game 2.
I mean, absolute masterclass of rotation speed coming through from SU, and frankly, just ball control as a whole. There's not a whole lot of possession time on the side of St. Cloud in this first game. SU was all over the place, not letting St. Cloud breathe one bit.
Yeah, they looked great on a lot of the things that we said we wanted them to look great on. You said it, sort of time of possession. I know that's not a real stat in Rocket League, but like
right.
it is a measurable factor of the game, and SU certainly controlled it a lot more than they did last week, so that's a major improvement, as well as, yeah, coordination. That was a big thing that we wanted to see more of last week, more team plays that, you know, last week Conestoga was all over. This time around, not so much. SU able to find their own successes where they needed to.
Yeah, and the other nice thing that we saw on the offensive side was passing plays, right? We saw 2 passing plays connect beautifully for goals. I believe both of them were Pagani to Mango transactions there for the SU Hornets. But yeah, they were really on the same page offensively, and that honestly made their defense look a lot better because they knew who had to be on rotates, because they knew who were going for offensive plays.
Absolutely, and as we prepare to load it into game 2 here, just hoping for more of the same if you're SU, right? I mean, plenty to be happy with there. If you're St. Cloud State, a couple things you got to be wary of, and it's not letting SU get the looks that they got with those team plays, right? Having good eyes for the field as Power tries to take this one all by himself. Pagani got all day to clear that one out. So as we start to slow the game down and settle, I guess, out of the chaos of kickoffs. Shenandoah with a nice little team play here. Mango just barely unable to squeeze that one in. And Kiazi now just looking to play disruptor. See if it pays off, as Mango's now got an open field here.
Mango with boost to work with as well. We'll just carry it and lay it right into the net. 1-0 now for SU here in game 2, only 40 seconds in.
I mean, keep an eye on the cameras here on the left side of your screen. This is a factor with this team. When they're able to play this free and loose style of Rocket League, it unleashes a level of talent that they don't always get to play with.
Yeah.
I mean, there is an animal in this Shenandoah team that only gets to see the light of day sometimes. But on that play, St. Cloud just taking a little too long to get back on defense, contesting balls that they shouldn't. So that's something that they're going to need to improve on if they want to get out of this game.
I thought Mango had a flip, and I was like, this is going to be the nastiest goal off of the back wall I have ever seen, but instead it does fall short, but Pagani does find a demo instead. Mango again up in the air. Flip reset is there, trying to move it past the Weatherman, but Spooks is there to direct that one back off into the corner. But you can see again just the amount of defense that St. Cloud State has to play is unbelievable. They have not had a shot on goal, it seems, almost all game.
Yeah, I mean, SU, again, with great eyes for the field, right? They're not letting many of these balls come past midfield, as now finally, man, St. Cloud State gets their best look of the night, and it dinks off the pole, so that is tough break for St. Cloud State as SU gets a counterattack right off the post as well. So maybe cancel it out. Can't complain either way as both teams get away with one there.
Yeah, clear in favor there for SU now. 3 minutes to go here in game number 2. Kiazi there yet again. I mean, it looked like it was just a toss-up off of the wall by St. Cloud, or maybe it was Mango that found the angle. Yes, it was. And yeah, another beautiful pass, a beautiful cross coming through. Kiazi now with 2 in the series.
Yeah, textbook stuff, again, from this Shenandoah roster, right? The play was dead from Mango. He had 2 guys on him and more than willing to hand off the ball to his teammates and let them finish the job. It's great stuff that we're seeing out of this team that's going to take them a long way in this season.
Kiazi off the wall, trying to find the cross, but Power is there to find the clear far corner. They cannot find their own crossover as Mango is there. The defense is a little behind, but Weatherman able to get up in time, but now it's Kiazi's turn, but great rotation coming through from the St. Cloud defense, able to get back and find the clears of their own and try to get something going on this offensive side.
Yeah, Pagani goes out for that one, but can't quite beat Spooks to the ball. So now a dangerous one here, but Mango able to get out of that one. Mango now with an opportunity to take it up himself once again. Now this has been a theme of the day. St. Cloud State has been able to get a hand up a lot on Mango with these solo plays, and that one he tries to hand off but can't quite do it.
Yeah, now we can see a demo coming through onto Spooks' Power, potentially with an angle, but unable to find anything just yet. Now Spooks back up in the air trying to find the cross, but Mango able to intercept any momentum. Pagani there trying to bump Power out of the way, but isn't able to do it enough. Power is there to interrupt the shot.
So, what's the response? Kiazi with a nice little top left corner shot there, but well defended. St. Cloud has been able to defend a lot of these 2-man plays from the corners. 1 or 2 of them have come through, but oh man, make it a 2-man play the length of the field. Mango with a gorgeous little tap in here.
Mango was just sitting in the box and not really going anywhere else. I mean, that whole clear, that whole time he was sitting there, 2 cars from St. Cloud sitting right next to them were not enough to stop the pass and goal. That's 5 now in this series for Mango. Possibly 6 if they get past Power. Almost finds the double tap. A great redirect coming from Power. Able to keep this one a 3-goal game with 1 to go.
Yep, now a little bit of excitement here from the SU team. It looks like they're starting to chase the ball just a little bit there. I saw a little double commit at midfield, but now we settle back into it, right? Let everybody slow down and take a breath. 3-goal lead. This game is pretty much under wraps. At this point, you're just looking for anything to maintain momentum. A little surprise shot there from Mango to see if they can catch him sleeping, but St. Cloud State ready for that one still. Just looking to get on the board here for game 2.
Yeah, Power with the redirect over to Spooks. Weatherman up in the air trying to follow Power with the follow-up as well, but unable to find anything. All members of SU in position. A far shot, but just off the post for Spooks. Aren't able to get one on the board. 10 seconds left. The cross goes just high there for Power. Unable to follow up on that one with the clock ticking down, ticking away. Hits one. Shenandoah will come up with a 2-0 series lead. Trying to, well, I don't know what that necessarily was from Mango. Yeah, I'm not sure, but 3-0 nonetheless. Game 2 for SU.
Yeah, so, okay, if you're St. Cloud State here, that was a pretty alarming game, right? They had 0 opportunities to even get on the board until that last minute, and even then SU was sort of, I don't even want to say playing with their food, but none of that was particularly threatening. There were 1 or 2 shots that went off the post throughout the game, and you can call that unfortunate, whatever you want, but ultimately, SU in full control, even in that last minute where they didn't have control of the ball, they had complete control of the game from start to finish.
Yeah, I mean, it feels like St. Cloud is really just struggling to get anything going on SU's half of the pitch, right? I mean, they're just stuck on this defensive side of things, and that's a lot to do with just the pressure that SU has on offense, right? They are stringing together a lot of angles, passing plays, fakes coming out, flip resets are there, and St. Cloud State just hasn't been able to keep up and find any productive clears on their own. When they do find clears, they just aren't fast enough to catch up because SU's rotation is already in motion with someone at midfield to catch the clear that St. Cloud State is able to find.
Yeah, so what has been working for St. Cloud State has been contesting these one-on-one plays. When Mango or sometimes someone else on SU decides to try to take a shot up and make a single play, St. Cloud State has disrupted a majority of those plays. But what happens is SU is more than ready to send another man and play the rebound instead of a play off of it. So what we need to see from St. Cloud if they want to play around this situation is you got to be ready for those 50-50s. When Mango's taking the ball up in the air and you're going up and successfully contesting it, like right here. Oh, but Kiazi with a great bump there. Nobody in the air, but Mango lets it drop, runs out of boost. So St. Cloud State with the idea, but it almost looked like Shenandoah was ready for it with a bump there.
Yeah, that was a huge demo onto Spooks, but just not fast enough in the air to capitalize on it. A potential pass coming through to Kiazi, but intercepted by St. Cloud. And Weatherman getting a little aggressive there, trying to just bury that one. That one goes just off target as well from Spooks, but St. Cloud looking much better offensively here in game number 3. All Power with a huge stop there on that cross.
Yeah, that would have been crazy if that worked. But again, I mean, what we're seeing, St. Cloud State is making a point to never let Mango have control of the ball for more than a second and a half, 2 seconds. So while that's working, it's not going to put goals in the net for you. So Mango here takes one the length of the field and nobody able to get there in time as Mango had some serious speed off the ground here. Nice little setup touch there to start.
Yeah, it looked like Weatherman was going to be able to get there in time, but Spooks missing that one puts Weatherman in an awkward position because you think that this ball is going to have a little slight touch from Spooks there in midfield, that you have some time to go and get some boost, but there was no contact, which means Mango has a free avenue on the ground to take that one into the net. Weatherman there again with a save. Kiazi trying to find the cross, will do so, but Mango not there. Maybe just a little bit too fast on that shot coming through from Mango, but still nonetheless have firm control.
No.
The backflip, not able to get it done. Mango again with their 7th goal of the series.
I mean, this is great ball placement. Mango puts it right behind Power, right between 2 defenders. First guy might not have had a chance at it. I couldn't see from that perspective, but Power just trying to catch the front post there. Mango puts it right behind him. That feels awful when you're playing Rocket League.
Yeah, now we see Power up in the air, trying to get something going for the St. Cloud State offense, but unable to do so. Oh, whiff coming through, but Spooks there in time to find the save. Keeps this one at 2-score games where you approach halfway through game number 3. This is match point, series point here with SU being up 2-0 in the series.
Pagani goes past the ball on that one, but Spooks, thankfully for SU, unable to corral that one into the net. So SU able to slow the game down and control the ball. Once again, Kiazi going up the wall, but with exactly 0 boost to work with. Won't hold on to it for very long. Pagani now with an opportunity to try to set up Mango. Can't quite do it, so it's Mango with the setup. Kiazi with the shot, but Power able to at least be a body in the way on that one. So good defense so far from St. Cloud State.
Mango with no boost trying to, bumps Kiazi there
like
as
this.
well. A triple commit coming through from SU, but they're already back on defense. Now Power up in the air, going for the double tap, but won't be able to find it. Kiazi able to find the redirect, the save, and now with an open net. Power, can you get there? No, you cannot. Mango with 8.
It's the little things. It's these little fundamentals that Mango is just playing so well. The patience, the awareness, knowing where the enemy players are. I've said it a couple times. Eyes for the field are a big deal in team games like this. Mango just able to, while the ball was passed to him, that is completely a solo play, just faking out that defender. Kiazi goes up, can't quite put it in, but Mango able to finish the job on this one.
Kiazi trying to find his first goal of the series, but can't find the angle, but Mango is there instead. That's 9 goals now on Mango, so we will have to see where this goes further, but right now SU is up 4-0 with 1.5 to go.
Yeah, scary stuff. If you're St. Cloud State, they have not scored since game 1, and with only 90 seconds left in this game, needing 4, and with the way SU is playing, we said it in the pregame, they tend to get better over the course of the season. Pagani willing to let that one go to Kiazi. A great decision, but ultimately not enough to get a goal as Mango takes this one himself. Well defended by the crossbar. And now SU again just playing around, looking for whatever opportunities they can get to maybe find another one or at least keep the ball out of St. Cloud's hands.
Yeah, and I did misspeak. Kiazi does have 2 goals on the series as Pagani that is still looking for their first goal, but instead we'll find a beautiful pass to Mango. Shot on goal. Kiazi with a follow-up, but another dink from his shot. Mango coming through yet again. Make it 10 on the series. Pagani just sitting back and watching.
Look at the boys on the left. You know they were all making fun of Kiazi there. Probably had 2, maybe even 3 opportunities to put that one in. Can't do it. Mango finally comes in to help this poor child get on the board. 40 seconds left in the game.
Spooks now trying to get something going for St. Cloud. Does find some dribbles through there, but like you said, no boost. Can't get anything done. 5-0, 30 seconds left. St. Cloud, what can you do here in these last few seconds?
Yeah, we'll see just any type of momentum you can take into next week, right? This game is certainly under control for SU. This series is certainly under control for SU, but you'd like to end on a high note if you're St. Cloud State, but right now SU playing the same game they've been playing all day, which is suffocating. I mean, this ball has hardly crossed midfield as Mango takes one more up for himself. Pagani tries to finish the job, but can't quite do it that time around. We have a winner, Shenandoah, with a very clean 3-0 victory.
Yeah, in that game, Mango had 13 shots on target. 5 of them went in. Unbelievable performance from all members of the SU Hornets there. Take a commanding 3-0 series win against St. Cloud State.
Yeah, I mean, you guys can't see it right now, but we got to see the final scoreboard of the game. That last game, St. Cloud State had 2 shots on goal. Mango alone, you said it had 13
Yeah.
alone as an individual. I mean, that is a problem, but SU, I mean, controlling the ball, right? Creating this situation for themselves. This is not fluky stuff. They played a great game. They played for control of the ball and got exactly that.
Yeah, I mean, they were all over. Oh, yeah, look at the cameras there. I believe that's by Kiazi
That
there.
blackout
with
jersey,
the,
baby.
Oh, yeah, look at the apple blossom in the background. Oh, yeah, look at that. Beyond Gaming there as well. The SU logo. Yep, there's Kiazi
Great
up
day
in
to be
the
a
upper
Hornet.
left there. Yeah, great day to be a Hornet indeed. A 3-0 victory. And now advancing 1-1 up in the group, which is frankly not a bad place to be in week 2.
Yeah, not at all. And again, a big moment for this team, right? A big fork in the road between 1-1 and 0-2. So I don't have the exact stats in front of me, but I know, they talk about it all the time in traditional sports. Here I am on my traditional sports tirade. 0-2 teams don't tend to have great odds of finding late season success. So a great thing to avoid, a great win under their belt, and something they can certainly take into the rest of the season.
Yeah, I mean, a great bounce back from the squad here, answering an 0-3 with a 3-0 of their own. So, yeah, and props to everyone in SU's cars, right? I mean, you got Pagani with plenty of assists. Defensively was always there when SU needed him. Kiazi assisting Mango a lot of the time on the offensive side of the ball, and Mango being able to finish off the plays in style. 10 goals for the captain of the Hornets, looking super, super good moving into week 3.
Yeah, I said it during the game, right? St. Cloud State was doing a good job of contesting Mango when he was playing on his own. The big difference was Pagani and Kiazi were finding him in great spots, finding not very large holes in the defense to pass Mango the ball, and a few times the other direction as well. Mango setting up his teammates for success. But yeah, the story of the day really was the team play. Mango could not have done a lot of that on his own. So Pagani and Kiazi really stepping up to turn this into a cohesive winning team.
Yeah, I mean, there were plenty of very tight passes coming through. I mean, through 2 cars as well to get it to Mango. So the placement of those passes was absolutely stellar from Kiazi and Pagani. Like you said, Mango also trying to get others involved as well with some toss-ups. But that's when St. Cloud State's defense really started to lock things up when Pagani and Kiazi had the ball, but they just couldn't get around to Mango's speed that he has when he plays this game. But yeah, I mean, props to everyone in this game. Power Spooks, Weatherman looking good as well, just unable to keep up with the speed that SU had.
Yeah, so we have just been told that we will have an interview for you soon with our player of the series, but fun little twist here. Our interviewer that you saw earlier on the stream, I believe, is competing right now for another league. Avery, or as some of you know him as Igloo, is currently playing Smash Brothers right now. So we'll have our player of the series coming back here very soon, but we do have a player of the series that we need to take a look at.
Let's take a quick peek at what that player of the series might be. Oh, shocker, it's Mango. 10 goals, 26 shots on target from the man himself. Only 2 assists. Now you might say like, oh man, you're not really helping out your team that much. Only 2 assists, you're not passing the ball. Well, he made 10 of them. So not too shabby from the captain himself. So yeah, great stuff all around from the squad.
Yeah, cannot complain about that. And now we have the man himself here. You're on camera now.
Oh, nice.
Hi, Griff.
Hello.
Well, how you feel? What did you see out there? What's sort of on your mind right now?
Well, I'll tell you what. We won. So
True.
In the grand scheme of things, that's great. I love that part of it. But it was really interesting because I'm really glad that this week we didn't have an opponent that we had to super lock in and prepare for, because Wyatt is dealing with a sickness right now.
Oh, that's true.
He did not talk the entire series.
I didn't even think about that.
He did not calm a single thing because his throat is just killing him. He was like, you would hear the occasional I'm up, and it was just you couldn't really tell what he was saying. But we made it work. We had what do we have, 4 goals game 1, 3 goals game 2, and then our competition coordinator came up to us and gave us a little extra incentive. He said if we score 5 in game 3, a local unnamed chicken restaurant dinner would be paid for.
Oh man, that's a big deal.
That's a big deal around here. We take that very seriously. And at that moment, I had to lock in. At one time, I think I was 3 for 8 on shots, and I'm like, dang. This is not going well.
Yeah, we're looking back right now at your goals throughout this series. I mean, some of these were very impressive, but you had some serious lobs from the boys.
Oh, yeah. I mean, the amount of times that, the fellas just said, you know what, you're down there somewhere. And it's like Russ throwing to Malik Neighbors. I mean, you're just looking for someone out there that can get the job done. That's just what I try to do for the team. Look at this one. Dink. That's in the net.
That's what I was saying. That was an absolute dot from Kiazi.
Dude,
just right
the guy
to
was
you.
bumping me on the goal line, and I was just like, you know what? Whatever. Oh, hey, another one. Like, yeah. I mean, what was I like 10 for 26 on the night?
I believe so. Yeah, 10 for 26. I don't know what the
horrible
percentage is
42
on that one. 42.
Maybe 38.
All right. Wow,
that's a horrible
yeah,
shooting
I'm
percentage.
not sure. Yeah,
That's
I know what
not
10
great.
out of 20 is, but 10 out of
Right, I hope
26
so.
when you added some new numbers in there. Yeah, no,
I mean-
not able to do that. 38% shooting. That's
It was 38?
not too bad. Wow,
Holy
wow.
guess,
You pulled that
man.
out.
I can't make that up.
It's not bad though. I mean, let's not downplay that at all, especially when you're putting up 13 shots on goal in one game.
That happened?
Yes, the last game.
Oh,
you had
I was
The
5
last
for
game.
13.
Yeah, you're
Yes.
5 for 13 in the
Yeah.
league.
Yeah.
I was basically, I don't think I left their side of the field more than like 2 times because I was literally just like, get me the ball down there and I'll make something happen.
That's what we were talking about.
Yeah.
The time of possession was overwhelming in favor of you guys. How do you make that happen? Like, what are you seeing on the field that allows you to control for that amount of time?
So the biggest thing is like boost management, right? You want to keep the boost on like in your favor, right? You want to have like the solid rotation to where like you're passing a big boost as it's spawning, so you can kind of take it from the other team. And 2 of their players, like nothing against them at all, fantastic. They played great. They just aren't at that high enough level where they have like the proper knowledge of like, okay, I need to do this to get this boost and then put myself in a good position. They'd kind of like got really jumbled up, and you saw Power, who's their best player out there. He was trying to do the best with what circumstances he had. But like power to them. They did great tonight. So
Yeah, I mean, they all played extremely, extremely well. But one thing I want to kind of pick your brain about is some of the bad things that you might have noticed here in this series. I mean, we talked about a lot of the positives, but in every series there's always something that you kind of take away from it that you might want to improve on. What was something that you noticed in this series that maybe didn't go as well or as good as you had hoped?
For me personally, it's when I'm doing like individual mechanics in the air, I find myself beating everyone I need to beat, and then I'm just short on the enough boost to like be able to like put the shot on net or like get the proper, I guess, touch or angle on the ball that I want to shoot on. So like that was a big thing. Like in game 2, I had this like really nice like double reset, and if I had just fluttered my boost a little bit better and had like maybe 10, it would have been one of my best shots of all time. And then I just bricked the crossbar, and then that'll just happen. I mean, but what can you do? I mean, it's nothing much. I'm just out there doing my job.
Yeah, no, it makes sense. I mean, everyone played extremely, extremely well. You start the season in the first 2 weeks 1-1. I'm not too sure of who your next matchup is, but what are you looking to kind of improve on as a team here in the next week as you kind of look through your first week against Conestoga, that 0-3 loss that you took there, and some improvements that you made this week?
For us, I think the biggest thing is we have to get our comms together. I think as a team, we play well, we pass well, but the biggest thing is like sometimes the comms drop off and then like it leads to double commits. So because there will be times where like Wyatt's the only person talking, because like I talk if like I hear them talking, but then Terry stops talking and I'm like just listening to Wyatt talk, and I just don't like realize that I'm not talking. So some of the biggest things is we have to like get our comms up. Then I would love if we could get like our individual mechanics up, especially like when we're in the midfield, like better controlled touches, keeping the ball a little closer, proper 50s to like force it to another teammate, something like that.
Yeah, I mean, great stuff. Congratulations on the win. That's all that I have
Thanks.
here for you tonight. Chris, do you have anything to add?
Nope. Team looks good. Congratulations to you on being series MVP in that one, and hope to see even more improvements going into next week.
Awesome. Yeah, well, congratulations on the win here this week. That'll be everything for us here today. We do have some stuff going on Thursday. We have our Super Smash Bros. Team competing in their Varsity Premier League as well, coming off of a very, very close 2-1 victory against FIU last week. They have a good one coming up on Thursday, so hope to see you guys there. Drop a like, drop a follow wherever you guys are watching, and we will see you next time.
Shenandoah University is a big little university rising.
With 22 Division III sports teams, over 200 areas of study,
over 300 annual performances, an elite academic esports program,
nationally ranked health professions programs, one of the biggest university presences on Broadway,
immersive AR and VR learning programs,
cybersecurity and computer science programs, and innovative undergrad and graduate programs.
all at a place that cares for you.
Shenandoah University is the big little university rising. Find out more at su.edu/rising.
We have the Esports Arena right here on campus in Winchester, Virginia, and this facility acts as the hub for all esports activity at Shenandoah University. Students are able to use this space not just for competition and practices, but also as a living learning community and a sandbox for them to come and explore and practice and try out things related to and through esports in the gaming industry so that they're getting that hands-on learning and the skills necessary to help them find a career by the time they graduate. We also have the professional level broadcast production booth where we do all of our broadcasting and production, from casting of our games that we play right here on campus to working with outside entities to record footage for them as well. In addition to the space that we have here in the Esports Arena is the Esports War Room. Our students get to use that space for studying, but also outside projects. So our students get to use this space for professional development and the academic side of our esports program, which is such a critical component to go with that competitive element that we have. So we combine all of our facilities at Shenandoah University with competition, community, and career preparation. We have over 250 days of programming, and there's something for everybody, and we want you to be part of it.